guys, welcome to Millennial Talk, the show that talks about issues that affect millennials and how to deal with them. Last week was the first episode of Millennial Talk, and we introduced the theme for the month, which was financial planning. And last week we looked at certain financial goals, financial planning 101. So this week we're going to move into another insightful discussion, and it will be investment, a way to success. Now, when you hear the word investment, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? MMM, Ponzi schemes, pyramid schemes. Well, I hate to break it to you. Those are not proper ways to invest. Now, investment is important, if not crucial, to ensuring that your money works for you. Now, the truth is that you work hard to make this money. So you have to make sure that this money works hard for you as well. So, investment is also a way to ensure financial security, as well as it also gives you multiple streams of income. So if you have a full-time job and you have an investment, that's two ways to earn. Now, we'll be going right into the conversation, but before that, we'll be taking a quick commercial break, and when we're back, we'll be diving right into it. Don't go anywhere.
There is time for everything. It doesn't matter if it's food, work, hobbies, or just life. Millennials are always on the go, trying to make things happen. Millennial Talk, enlightening and supporting millennials on finance and growth for personal development. Join us on Millennial Talk every Thursday by 10 a.m. Start developing yourself today.
Welcome back to the show. Well, we're talking about investment, and when it comes to investment, we should also know that there are risks involved, which is why you should educate yourself. As someone who is wanting to go into investment, you should know what to invest in and how to invest properly. Now, this is why we need self-education. Now, I know we have a lot of lingering questions right now. So, to have an elaborate discussion, I have with me Lynda, Eruru, investment analyst, Anchoria Asset Management. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Great to have you here.
Thank
you
you.
look gorgeous, by the way.
Thank you so much.
So we always like to start this interview with a big question.
Okay.
Give us a brief introduction about yourself, because we believe our viewers will be wanting to know who this pretty guest is. And tell us how you started your journey into finance.
Okay, thank you once again, Josephine, for having me on the show. So my name is Lynda Eruru. I currently work as an investment analyst with Anchoria Asset Management. Anchoria Asset Management is a subsidiary of VFD Group. We are an asset management firm that provides comprehensive financial planning advice and wealth management services. So my journey so far as an investment analyst has been an eye-opener. You know, having spent some time in this sector has actually opened my eyes to a lot of things about finance and investment. So it started from secondary school. I picked interest in anything related to finance, money matters, advisory, and all of that. Yeah, I remember growing up as a teenager, you know, in my immediate family. I remember how I used to give advice, financial advice to my brothers, especially, you know, if they say, okay, I have this amount of money, I'll say, why don't you use it for this purpose, or use it for this, or keep it, or, you know, use it to buy these, or, you know, just save, and when you have another one, add to it, and all of that. Yeah, so it has actually been a thing of interest for me, and that was what led me to take up the course I did in university, accounting, and also motivated me all through my journey to becoming a chartered accountant. Yeah, so I think it's natural to work with Anchoria Asset Management, as what they do actually aligns with my career interests. Yes.
Great. I really love what you said, the alignment, you know.
Exactly.
But now I'd like to know how investments have affected you personally. If you have tried investments before, let's even dive a little bit into all of those Ponzi schemes. I don't know if you're one of those people who was a victim, but I was growing up as a kid. But I'd like to know what your experience in investing has been like personally, and how it has affected you, and why is it so important to the life of millennials?
Okay, so investing has been a major game changer in my financial planning and growth. I'm deliberate about how I spend and how I grow my finances. Yeah. So because I understand my financial goals, right? I know what my financial goals are, and I know how much I want to have in my portfolio, say in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
So I take investments very seriously. To be honest, I don't think savings has gotten anyone anywhere, because the 100 naira you save today will most likely be 100 naira at the end of your saving tenure.
True.
Yeah, say
True.
you have a goal to save for 12 months and you say, okay, every month I'm going to set aside 100 naira every month. At the end of 12 months, you know exactly how much. Simple mathematics.
Yes.
100 times 12, yeah. So, but with investing, you can actually earn more. When it comes to investments, as a salary earner, I ensure that at the end of every month, I set aside a certain percentage of my salary to one of the funds, mutual funds and fixed deposits. So for mutual funds, saving towards my short-term goal, I ensure that, okay, so I set aside 10% of my salary to money market, then 20% of my salary to fixed deposits for my long-term goal. So doing this has actually helped me to, grow my position, like, appropriately. That actually helped me to diversify my assets. So I know that I have a certain percentage in mutual funds and I have, some in fixed deposit. So that way I'm able to minimize my risk. Yeah.
Okay.
Investment is critical to our existence as millennials, no doubt, because investment is basically how you take charge of your financial wealth. So it is actually critical, because it doesn't only allow you to grow your wealth, but it also creates room to earn additional income. So,
yeah.
These days, millennials are particular about side hustle,
Everything.
side hustle, yeah. So investment could actually be that
side
for
hustle,
you.
right?
Exactly. Of course, with close supervision and adequate knowledge, emphasis on adequate knowledge.
Exactly.
To be able to make informed decisions.
Yeah. Okay, just what you said just now, kind of hit me. And it brings me to my next question. A lot of people have made mistakes. Earlier in the beginning, I mentioned Ponzi schemes. People have fallen, because the truth is people want to go down the fast money lane. People want to earn sharp. Now, we know that that's not how proper investments work.
Yeah.
So for those who are newbies, we know that people who have grown up and been victims in the past, but the truth is the next generation will also fall victims again and again. So this is a way to enlighten them ahead of when they decide to start investing. So what are the best ways to start investing for the newbies?
Okay, that's a very good question. I love that question. So as a new investor, I will advise you focus on the low risk investments first off. That way you are able to explore more and you're not too exposed to as much risk or loss as a high risk investor. Then also you can also buy stocks. You see, the stock market is a thriving market, and if you keep yourself abreast with the happenings in the market, you can take advantage by purchasing high-performing stock. Look at the Nigerian stock market now. In 2020, they outperformed all other indexes, about 93 indexes, but with a return of about 50%. Yeah, and even in 2021, they didn't do badly as well. I think they returned about 5% more than they did in 2020. Yeah, and if you want to look at all these individual stocks as well, take for example Vitafoam. Vitafoam has returned over 400% in the last 2 years. Fitsin as well has also earned about 150% in the last 2 years.
Wow.
So this is actually areas that millennials can, key into. Yes, you can actually use this as a new investor. You can, look into these aspects. Then also another way which I especially love, you can start investing is by investing in foreign currency assets. So if you're like me that wants to stay in Nigeria but wants to earn in other currencies.
In dollars.
And with the constant rise in dollar these days,
advantage.
It's a no-brainer to put some cash in a dollar fund at least. Then income diversification and asset allocation is also very, very key while investing. You see what they say about not putting all your eggs in one basket?
Yeah.
It actually applies a lot more with investments.
Yeah.
So nothing stops you from investing in more than one asset.
At the same time.
You can create a portfolio of assets for yourself and spread your income according to your risk appetite.
Okay,
All right, so we'll take a quick commercial break. We still have Lynda, Eruru here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
There is time for everything. It doesn't matter if it's food, work, hobbies, or just life. Millennials are always on the go, trying to make things happen. Millennial Talk, enlightening and supporting millennials on finance and growth for personal development. Join us on Millennial Talk every Thursday by 10 a.m. Start developing yourself today.
All right, guys, we are back and we have been having a very exciting conversation. Lynda has been giving us a lot of insights on investment, and personally, I've learned a lot, so I hope that you have too. So back to the questions. So our third question will be, we know that there are different types of investments. Would like to know a bit about risk. I know you've mentioned risk a couple of times, and I feel like that is the fear factor. Because personally, if I want to invest, I'm like, okay, what if I don't get my money back? But I know that risks are normal when it comes to investment. So let's talk about this risk. How can millennials evade risks when it comes to investment?
Investing is you taking decisions on your financial assets, and risk is any uncertainty with respect to your investment that has the potential to negatively affect your returns. So some of the risk involved in investments are market risk, which some of us might be conversant with. That is the risk of your investment declining in value due to economic conditions that affect the market. So it is under this market risk that we now talk about interest rate risk, foreign currency risk, and more. Then we also have inflation risk and liquidity risk. Ultimately, all of this risk needs to be, considered at every point of investment, and also according to your different goals. To be fair, I don't think it's not possible to avoid risk while investing. But you can actually manage it, and it can also be reduced to the barest minimum. Because if you look at it, even the risk-free investments like treasury bills, they are not entirely risk-free. It's just that it cannot fall below a certain threshold, if you get what I mean. So to reduce risk, millennials should know and understand their risk appetite. Are you a risk taker? How much risk are you willing to take on? Or are you risk adverse? You like to play safe, you don't want to wahala for yourself. Or are you somewhere in between? So it is actually important that you know which of these categories you fall into. Then also, you should conduct due diligence, ask questions. You can never know too much when it comes to these things. So if you need information, ask. If you need clarification, ask. And if you feel that you're not financially literate enough to take on some investment decisions, I'll actually advise that you add it to your financial goals. So when you're setting your financial goals, there are many ways that you can do that. You can take online courses, you can, read books, watch videos. Then you can also have a mentor, like an advisor, and which is one of the things that we offer in Anchoria Asset Management. So in Anchoria Asset Management, when we have new clients, prospective clients, we profile the clients according to their risk level and also give advice as to which investments to start with and how to diversify their portfolio and all of that. This is a very, very important area that millennials should actually take note of. Then also, I would advise that any investment that promises you ridiculous return,
ROI.
investing is not a money doubling business. Like, don't fall for Ponzi scheme. There's nothing like bring 50K today, collect 100K tomorrow. There's nothing like that here. So if the yield is outrageous, it is most likely a fraudulent investment. So take notes. Lastly, you should actually know with whom and where you're investing. So if it's a company, you should know if they are regulated, who are their regulators, are they compliant? These are actually important questions that need to be answered before you even embark on that journey at all. Because trustworthiness and security will most likely reduce the risk that you will be faced with in the course of investing. So you don't want a situation whereby you keep your funds with some company or somewhere and you're not able to sleep well at night. You get that kind of thing.
Trust me.
Exactly. You'll be thinking, oh, are they trustworthy? Can I trust these guys with my funds? So you should actually do your, like I mentioned, do your due diligence. Make sure that they are trusted people, and you are sure that you can rest peacefully with your funds while your funds are working for you.
Yeah, okay, I'm enjoying this conversation. And it looks like Anchoria Asset Management knows their onion. So that's what takes me to my next question. Okay. Now, we know that after a lot of millennials have listened to all of this, they would want to know, okay, so what does this brand has in the work for me? They sound trustworthy, so how do I start to invest with them? Now, I know you have a lot of different products, so could you please highlight some of those products that might be beneficiary to millennials for investment?
Great. So in Anchoria Asset Management, we have different products that cater to the needs of different individuals, including millennials. We have mutual funds. So mutual funds is an investment that pools funds from different investors to invest in government securities like bonds, stock, shares, treasury bills, and all of that. So in Anchoria, we have 3 mutual funds. We have the money market fund, the fixed income fund, and the equity fund. So I'm going to be talking about each of these funds one after the other and how they benefit millennials. So the money market fund is a fund that invests in short-term money market securities like treasury bills. Okay. So the money market fund is actually a capital preservation fund with steady returns. So if you're looking to invest for a short term, say 3 months to 6 months, or you want to save towards a specific goal, like a short-term goal, you can actually come into the money market fund. Then the fixed income fund is basically investments in fixed income securities, like high quality bonds, like federal government bonds, state government bonds, corporate bonds, and all of that. So the fixed income fund is basically if you're looking to invest for a medium term, say 6 months to 1 year, you can actually come into the fixed income fund. While the equity fund is for capital preservation, long-term capital. So if you're looking to invest for a longer term, say 1 year to 3 years or more, you can actually come into the equity fund. And the great thing about all 3 funds is that they require minimum capital, like low capital. So with just 5,000 naira, you can actually invest in any of the mutual funds and all of the mutual funds. And also some of the benefits too involved in in investing in Anchoria mutual funds are competitive rates. So if you look at it, the yields actually changes day to day, but we expect a competitive yield from all of our funds. And if you compare them to your regular interest rate that you get from your regular banks,
they're a bit higher.
Yes, you see the difference. Then also we have expertise. So if you invest in Anchoria mutual funds, you have an opportunity to enjoy high professional fund management services from our fund managers. So that alone will save you the time of doing your research, or say you want to find out something, one information or the other. Because you can rest assured that yes, our fund managers are at the top of their game. And of course we have a robust research team that does the whole market runs for us, and they also verify whatever information we are putting out there as well. Another benefit of investing in the mutual fund is flexibility. So you can subscribe to the fund at any time and redeem at any time.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Then we also have liquidity as well. The fund is very liquid. If you apply for redemption today, in the next 24 to 48 business hours, you get your payments. Yes. So all of these benefits I have mentioned are actually things that millennials can look into and take advantage of. I mean, with just 5,000 naira, if you of course you have to be intentional about it. If you set aside 5,000 naira every month for the next 12 months, you will definitely see your yield at the end of the year, and you know that yes, you have done something with your money. You can see your money. We also have the fixed deposit fund. The fixed deposit is a fixed term investment. So if you're looking to, I usually advise my friends and my clients that when they are coming into the fixed deposit fund, they should leave it for a longer tenure. Of course, however, we have shorter tenure, we have 30 days, 60 days, but you know how these things work now. The longer the tenure,
the term, the higher
the more
profit.
the more the profit. So you can also use the fixed deposit fund to, diversify your portfolio. It's low risk. You know exactly how much you're earning at the end of the tenure. You know your maturity date and everything. Yes. Then the minimum amount coming to the fixed deposit fund is 100,000 naira. I mean, what is 100,000 naira to millennials? So as a business person, as a career person, if you set aside 100K every month from your salary or from your, profit, you can actually invest in the fixed deposit fund. You know that, yes, you are doing something with your money. We also have the fixed deposit fund in other currencies as well.
Yeah.
We have it in USD, pounds, and euros. Then we also have the Euro bond fund. The Euro bond fund is basically a dollar-dominated fund. So investment in dollar-dominated assets, Euro bonds, and all of that. Yeah, then also the last but very, very important point. So Anchoria is working on launching an app very soon.
Okay.
In line with the need to go digital. Yes, and also
you heard it here first.
Yes, and also to ease doing business with us. We're actually launching our app very soon. And on this app, you have access to all of our products, all of our services. You can invest in any of our products and all of our products at the same time.
Wow.
You can, create a portfolio for yourself on the app. It will actually help you, track your investment and monitor your growth, monitor your progress as you go. So this app, you don't want to miss it. Watch out for this space. Like, this is the next big
level.
thing. Trust me, in Anchoria.
Great. Okay, this has been an insightful conversation, and you've heard it here first. They have the app coming up soon, so go and wait in line. Anyways, so I feel like out there, a lot of people might not might not be able to take everything all at once. They might have to go rewatch. But if you have a golden rule for investment, just give the millennials watching right now, what was that golden rule that you would give them?
I would say do not be greedy. Do not be greedy.
I think that is.
Investment is not MMM. It's not, like I mentioned, it's not a money doubling scheme. So you cannot expect to start investing today and then you expect to see your returns in the next day or something. It's a gradual process.
Yeah.
It requires patience and commitment, intentionality as well. So I would say do not be greedy. Then you should also stay informed. So these days there are so many news flying around. Sometimes you'll be on your phone and then you will see a message on your Instagram. I'm telling you about one scheme, bring 50K or bring 5K. We'll double your money, we invest in foreign currencies and all of that. You don't have to fall for any of those because they are obviously, one of those things. So stay informed, know what you want to do and know exactly how to go about it. Then I would also say diversification. Yes, make sure have a well and properly diversified portfolio. Nothing stops you from, if you put small money, like I talked about the 3 mutual funds. If you put 5K in money market, put 5K exactly. So you are able to spread your income accordingly, and even over time, if it grows into something tangible, you can now invest in the bigger assets.
Ones.
Yes.
Okay, great. I think I've learned a lot today, and I believe that you have as well. But we have one last question that we did not tell her we're gonna have. And yes, we're going to the fun segment for Millennial Talk.
Wow.
And we have a tongue twister for you today. A tongue twister.
Oh my God.
And the name of this tongue twister is called Peter Piper. Have you heard Peter Piper before?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go first and then you go next. Are you ready?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, let's play this game.
I was born ready.
Okay, she's ready. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. A peck of pickled pepper Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper, then where's the peck of pickled pepper Peter Piper picked? Go!
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. A peck of pickled pepper. Peter Piper.
Oh my God. Really, I have enjoyed this conversation and it has been exciting having Lynda Eruru here. It's great having you, and we hope to have you some other time on this show.
Thank you.
Well, guys, if you'd like to learn more about the financial markets, you can visit our website www.proshareng.com. Keep watching.